What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Birthdays, the beginning, where my cursor is still in the middle of the screen. Good lord. Every single time. Welcome on back. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today. It's been out for a little while. And continue building our lovely little dino world right now. Well, we've basically made it most of the way down the dinosaur tree. As you can tell, apparently dinosaurs and butterflies are what we thrive at making. That's what I've gotten really good at creating. But we also have, like, a wolf down here. So we've got, like, a little lupine friend doing his thing. We haven't focused a lot on the ocean, but I'm thinking I'm going to leave the ocean for last. Like, we're going to bang out everything terrestrial, then we'll start messing with the ocean, just because the ocean's a little bit more temperamental than a lot of the other aspects of the game. So the thing with the ocean is, it's hard to lock down the temperatures you need in the ocean, because if you increase depth, it gets colder. The planet gets colder on its own sometimes without even conferring with you, because it's rude like that. In addition, the planetary temperature goes up and down from terraforming, and so fiddling with the ocean does not strike me as being an immensely good idea until essentially we've tapped out everything on land, and we've built all the environments that we want to have on land. It says I've got a new thing over here. What is the new thing that it's saying that I have on this side? Is it just like a tree or like a plant or something? Oh, we've got an albino Tyrannosaurus up here. What's going on with that? Who art thou? What's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, it's Tyrannomimus. Okay, a differentiation of Tyrannosaurus that adapted to low temperatures. It will not allow smaller prey to escape it. That's actually a big point of contention when it comes to Tyrannosaurus. There's two groups of thought when it comes to Tyrannosaurus. Is that a new creature? That's a new creature, isn't it? It's not a new creature, actually. Okay, so that's fine. There's two fields of thought when it comes to Tyrannosaurus rex, and in fact, people are quite heated about this in the paleontology community. It's whether or not Tyrannosaurus rex was a hunter, or whether Tyrannosaurus rex was an ambush scavenger. So there's two questions for consideration here. Some people say that Tyrannosaurus would have been much too large, much too heavy to actually be a good predator. He can't run things down because everything else is faster than him. In addition, they've run the numbers on how much like a Tyrannosaurus would weigh based on like its bone density and stuff like that. And some people think that that information doesn't really add up. There's another group of people that think he was an ambush predator, meaning he was built for small bursts of speed, and so what he would do is he would ambush stuff that was eating other things and take their kill, and at the same time, basically predate like a hyena does. They don't really hunt anything on their own if they can help it. They steal from others using their size and their pack density and things like that, and then they also set up ambushes to get things unaware so that they don't have to expend a bunch of energy running things down, because when you look at animals, that's really a big part of it, is caloric expenditure versus what they get out of that. Is it a bird right there? Did we get a bird? Oh my god, I think we got a bird. Like our first bird. Yeah, he's definitely looking a little bit closer. It's an Archaeopteryx. Yeah, Archaeopteryx is pretty important. You can find him actually, I think Archaeopteryx was found in South America in like a shale bed or something like that. We found one of them that was between rock layers, and that's how we found out about feathers and whatnot and where they started to propagate in terms of like where things happened in the geological record. The first avian organism with feathered wings. However, it was not very good at flying. It began to appear as Tyrannosaurus was propagating. Cool. Apparently, we've got about 200,000 Archaeopteryx. Not bad. What about this little guy over here? What is he? So he's not a Parasuchus. Is he? Oh, Parasuchus is apparently an alligator. I didn't know that. All right, so Parasuchus, and then we've got Dinosuchus over here. Lots of different names for the same thing. What's the difference between Parasuchus and Dinosuchus? I assume Dinosuchus is like the older version, but yeah. We had a couple of new things up here on the map to take a look at, and so, as per usual, let's go ahead and bypass some time. Sort of see what happens. Play around with this thing and see what occurs. We're about 7 million years into our record. We've got Mammothus around somewhere. I don't see him, but I assume at some point... Oh, we've got Vagavis. We've got Giganobrachio. What is Giganobrachio? It looks like it's actually a variation on our earlier Brachiosaurus. Yeah, there he is right there. He's a blue one. He's blue. Alright, so there he is. We've got ourselves a Brachiosaurus that mutated to live in the shallows in search of food. Its diet primarily consists of seaweed, so he's a fan of the weed. Just a little fan of the weed, not like a big fan of the weed. But I assume if we have ducks and we have Archaeopteryx, we're probably not too far from getting some more interesting things. So if you wanted to know essentially how to get this game to flow the way that you want to, people had asked me in the previous episode to explain myself. So there's a rhythm to this game, and what you really want to do is you want to sprinkle things, so you want to make a suitable environment first and foremost. You want to have an environment where things can grow. B, once you've done that, you don't actually want to pass time quickly. What you want to do is sprinkle things with mutation shards or evolution shards. Mutation shards will move you further down the branch that you're already in. Evolution shards are to be used on creatures that allow you to jump to new branches. So there was some kind of substantial change in their physiology in between, like, species A and species B, essentially. If you do that, and then you pass time quickly, you'll end up with them growing and then dying off very quickly. Instead, what I like to do is I'll sprinkle everything with what I want to sprinkle them with, and then I'll pass time slowly using the left shoulder button until just the new species pop up for just a minute. You freeze it, you jump in, you see what they need, and once you figure out what they need, you can actually leapfrog species like that where you won't have the land that they need already, but instead you'll freeze time right after they spawn but before they die, and then you'll quickly build them the habitat they need to continue existing. And I found that that's kind of the sweet spot for how the game flows. At least that's where I like to keep it. As far as everything else goes, we don't have anything new right now, so let's just hang out for a minute. Our species diversity is such that I get the feeling we're probably going to see a number of new species popping in pretty frequently from here on in. Elrathi is struggling. Pikaya is struggling, but those are the only two things so far that are actually, like, dying off and running the risk of disappearing, and frankly, those have been around for so long on our planet that I'm not going to worry about them. I'm not going to worry about them. Now, Giganobrachio doesn't have enough space to continue. Eosimius is blowing up right now. Smilodon's doing its best. We have Piloplatycarpus. What is Piloplatycarpus? What is that? Piloplatycarpus, it looked like an ocean critter, so is it like a river critter? It's got to be a river critter. What do we have with you? Piloplatycarpus. Oh, cool! We actually got, like, the beginnings of our ichthyons. That's pretty cool. Ichthyodinos over here. He just ate a fish. Good lord. So with Piloplatycarpus, he was born at the proper temperature, so that's good. We're sitting at, like, 44 right now. His adaptation temperature, he's still well inside of that. A marine reptile that mutated to live in the shallows due to the propagation of Parasuchus and Dinosuchus, or Dinosuchus. Very cool. Nice. I like new species, and right now we're actually cooking. I found that this game basically plays itself once you get to a certain level. Like, once you get to a certain point, you can kind of just let it run and see what happens and not worry about it too much. Dinoceratops still doing its thing. Elrathia is still struggling a little bit. That's okay. Elrathia is not vital. I'm going to speed this up now that we know that shit's not going to explode. We've got Caginias. Let's go check him out and see what he's got going on. I'm assuming he's further down the Ichthyon tree. Or is it just a different snake? It's not a different snake. What is it that we have over here? Is it a flyer? It's not a flyer. Oh, it is a different type of snake. It's just a different colored snake. Although it looks kind of like the purple snake that we already have, so I don't know. You can never have enough purple snake, I guess. A differentiation of Coniophis that migrated to warm lands in search of abundant prey. Sure, we could always do with some more snakes. I don't mind snakes. We appear to have a problem with Dinoceratops. So let me take a look and see if we can fix... I was bypassing time to see if anything new evolved. I think this guy's Dinoceratops? No, Dinoceratops is the variation on the Triceratops, isn't it? What is it upset about? What's going on, Dinoceratops? Let's find them on the list of things that we have. So in our tree... God, there's so many things that we haven't discovered, but most of them are like ocean-bound or like bugs. And if it's just like a different colored, textured version of the thing we already have, I don't care about it. It's just, I'm not going to focus on it too heavily. We have a population of 0 there. A coelacanth we still have a bunch of, and coelacanthus we still have a bunch of, so we're not going to worry about that. Down our dino tree. We haven't worked on the doggo tree just yet, but I probably will pretty soon. We haven't gotten a smaller Tyrannosaurus yet, but I bet we will. Instead, what I want to look for is Dinoceratops. So what's going wrong with Dinoceratops? Dinoceratops needs 34 to 73, 33 to 61, 43 to 53. What's up? I think it migrated out of the rain. Oh, that's what happened. Is it's just an idiot. It migrated out of the warm area that we had. Yeah. I do wish that there was a way to like expand your stones or make them stronger so they would cover more area, or so that you could drop multiples of them. I feel like that's a big gap that the game kind of missed the mark on, is that you can only manipulate the temperature really in one area, and then if you move that stone after that, everything in the area dies, and you're just like, okay, well, that's a bummer. And so, like, I find that I'd like to be able to either level up as Brablox gets stronger, he can either drop more stones, or he can create stones that have a wider range of influence, would be what I would like to see, but that's not the way that it works. So yeah, man, I can't really help you right now. If you don't choose to move, I don't know what to do for you. I mean, I got a heat stone over there, but other stuff needs that heat stone. As you can tell, most of the life is radiating out from this heat stone over here that I have at the bottom of this little area. I suppose I could move the heat stone to like right here, and it probably wouldn't negatively affect things too much. So let's say that I bring that back over here. Does that get you inside the heated area? It does not, but it gets the heated area a little bit close. There he goes. Now he's back inside the heated area. Maybe he'll be okay. Let's watch. Bellflower died. Dinoceratops still struggling. Dinoceratops bouncing back a little bit. Okay, I'll give you the play-by-play on that. It says we still have Mammothus, but I can't find Mammothus anywhere. I would assume that I could see like a giant mammoth around somewhere, but it hasn't happened yet. Oh, we've got micro something, rather. That looks like a plant, though. I think it might be a... What do we have here? What's going on? It's in the middle of the ocean, actually. So what are you? What's up with you? What are you doing? It's over here somewhere. Oh, is it another... Oh, it's another duck-like thing. We've got another oceanic duck over here. Cool. I mean, that's fine. Cooler water Vagavas ducky thing. I can also go into view mode right now, and you can take a look at it from above the shore. Let me see if I can find him here. There he is. Baby ducky, what are you up to? Baby ducky, you were kind of blue, though. Baby ducky, do you need more oxygen? So there's baby ducky. Baby ducky doing his thing, chilling in a world full of stuff that's probably overly hostile and can probably hurt him. I don't know. If I was a baby ducky, I would not want to exist in a world where Tyrannosaurus exists. I would hope that I'd be small enough to be below, like, Tyrannosaurus's notice, but I wouldn't hedge money on it. When you're hungry, you're hungry. I mean, I don't typically go in on, like, a granola bar, but every now and again, that's all you got, and you just got to eat that granola bar instead. What do we want to focus on today? Well, let's have a look at our evolution chart. I'll jump up out of this mode. We'll go back up to the surface, and I still don't see Mammothus anywhere. Mammothus... around somewhere, probably hiding behind a mountain or something like that. What we need to do is move that cursor because it's doing it to me again. And then I need to go to my library, and let's see where we've stalled in our overall discovery of critters. So down here, it looks like we can get a whole bunch more Archaeopteryx. It also looks like we've got ducks on this side, which leads to ducks and more ducks, and then... I don't know what that is, but it's adorable and I want it, so that's what we're going to do next. I need whatever that is. It can only be born in, like, cold places. Very cold places. So it's a small bird that needs... Okay. So this is as Australopithecus. So this thing actually existed alongside some of the precursors of man. Interestingly. Where's some of our other stuff? So we've got Mammothus over here. Mammothus is covered. Mammothus needs cold areas. We also have Smilodons of varying capacities over here, but they're basically variations on what we already have. We've got some kind of adapted thing over here that looks very similar to... Interesting. We also have like a Tyrannosaurus that's separated from its evolutionary tree? Yeah. We've got some kind of weird sidebar... Alright. Well, let's go find Defiden. We're going to see if we can get him to evolve. And so, Defiden, where are you at? I didn't actually realize the game was this short. It looks like we're almost out of stuff to evolve. I'm a little bummed out. I'm having too much fun evolving stuff. If I have a seed of... Yeah, that works. And then we'll hit him with one of these, too, just in case. And then we'll jump back up to the surface, and let's see what happens here. So we've got a Sphenodon, which is probably going to die explosively and horribly. It looks like our Sphenodon is over here. You can go into view mode, by the way, if you can't find the thing you're after. Just be aware if you're using a controller, it'll put the thing back in the middle of the screen. So a Sphenodon. Where are you at, Sphenodon? Oh, yeah, there he is right there. He's a cute little bugger, ain't he? Nice, a lizard that's adapted to cool temperatures that Defiden could not. It feeds on Delta Theridium. Okay, it's not really that much colder over here. I mean, the cold place is over on this side, if that's what you're looking for. This is the place where coldness happens. Maybe I'll make like a Highland area. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll make like a big Highland step type deal on the side of this, so that there's like a larger area where... Oop, that's not what I wanted. So that there's kind of a larger flat area where some of these creatures can exist. This will drop my temperature slightly, but I'm looking out for solutions right now that'll give me more flat space to photograph some of my creatures without getting into trouble. And so that looks pretty good. We'll go up a little bit right there, but I need like a heightened step that will have like a lower temperature. And so let's say that I take this up about as high as the other location, and we use this as kind of a connector right here. Global temperature is going to take a hit right there. But that definitely got the temperature down a little bit lower. But it's going to have to be much, much higher before... Bring me a higher step. Whoa. So we'll bring it up slightly. It will make it a little bit more craggy. So there we go. We've got the temperature down to a little bit more of an adapted temperature for anything that wants to be in cold. And then my next idea is to do this. So I bring you up, and then my intention is to create kind of a river system up here. Perfect, that'll work. Then we will jump into our inventory menu, we'll find one of our river sources, and then we'll just drop that right there. And so now we've got a river source that's tangibly in a cold area and may work out for us. So there we go. And then down here, we will do something like this. Nice. Another little crystal clear lake. That looks solid to me. I might actually widen this, though, slightly. So let me take this. Oh, he's all out of energy. So let's give it a minute, then. It's got kind of like a Mario Land vibe to it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think Sphenodon's going to suffer. I really sincerely do. I don't think Sphenodon's going to have a good time because there's not a lot of places for Sphenodon to be. Oh, we've got Prototaxides. Prototaxides. Alright. HP done come back, and then we got Pachynorthus back, which is good. Dinoceratops still struggling a little bit. But that's because Dinoceratops won't stop wandering off into areas that are unpleasant for Dinoceratops, you know. Dinoceratops is officially gone. Hopefully we'll get Dinoceratops back. Things are going to go extinct, though. That's a part of the game. So Rathia's gone extinct. That may negatively affect some of the other stuff we have out in the ocean. But we've got Megalania now. So let's see what Megalania is. Megalania is down here. Oh, what the hell is that? Is it like an ant? Are those ant colonies? What are those? Ah, it's a fungal mass. Gotcha. Prototaxides. Fungal mass that towers over fresh water and wetlands. It decomposes plants such as Baragwanathia. Okay. Interesting. And then there should be something else here, I think. Yeah, something else we're going to want to look at. Maybe up the mountain on this side that has decided to exist. Get rid of that cursor for you real quick now that we found him. And is it a plant? What is it? I got to rotate my camera to a more advantageous position. There we go. And so it says we've got a pink thing over here. Pink thing, what are you? Are you a new cow? Oh, it's a new... Okay, so we got that thing we were looking for, actually. That was going to be the version of, I think... Yeah, a large reptile emerged as Sphenodon and propagated rapidly. Megalania. Megalania is going to be an adaptation, kind of a different culmination of the same project from a different trait as these little dudes over here. Ichthyostega was the word that I was looking for. Ichthyostega. Ichthyostega is all nice and back. I'm going to jump on into here, and we'll kind of just give this a minute to see what happens. We've got a water source now that's at higher temperatures. So I think that'll work out. We have lowered the global temperature, though, so we will want to more or less develop some more watered areas. Let me do that, and then we'll come back once we've shifted the temperature back to where we want it to be. There. So I've made a little marshy area over here. I've turned this where it connects into the ocean into kind of a swampland, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to do different biomes and whatnot over here to make things look a little bit nicer. Maybe I'll do like a little step over here, create a little bit of land on the edge. Maybe I'll put a river source going into it. I don't know. Creativity is all about just doing whatever. And maybe it doesn't even count as real creativity. I don't know. But I'm just like mixing things up, kind of messing with things, making my landmass look a little bit better, you know what I mean? So there we go. We've got like a nice little lumpy area over here. That's what it's going to be called. The Lumpy Highland. Hooray for us. We've created Lumpy Highlands. Back up to the surface now that we've shifted the temperature a little bit. And we'll see if things survive, thrive, or otherwise take a dive. So not too terrible. About 500,000 years gone by, just kind of watching things happen and trying to decide if things are going to progress on their own, or if I need to add a little bit of a helping hand. It does look like some of our species are struggling. Megalania is not doing well. It comes back and pops in. We've got a number of starfish and things like that that are also struggling, but by and large, we bounce back Dinoceratops, which is good. Ichthyomymus is still doing solidly, so we're going to want to look into what we can do with the remainder of our time here today. Let me go ahead and pause this. And we will go into our little menu, and we'll see what we can find. So we've got a different Tyrannosaur down here, which I'm actually sort of interested in. Megalania, unfortunately, went extinct. Megalania is a little bit more difficult to keep alive because Megalania needs very cold areas in order to survive. And so, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do with it. I think I would like to go down the Mammoth tree and actually get some pachyderms going on. Adaptation temperature is 2 degrees Celsius to 31 degrees Celsius. Birth moisture should be solid up here on the mountain. So let me take a look at his environment. And we will do the best that we can. Yeah, there should be loads of items laying around. We've got some kind of new fungal thing over here. There you go, fungal wangs growing from the ground. Fungal weenies everywhere. Yay, fungal weenies taking me to level 15. Hooray for us. Fungal weenies for everyone. We've also got some kind of new tree over here that looks like a tropical thing going on. That's going to clear out a big chunk of the map. And then as far as that goes, is there anything else? There is not. So we will take that cursor back up to the top-hand corner, and let's work on our Mammothuses. Mammothuses know the truthuses. Alright, so Mammothuses, where are you? So Mammothuses like it up here. Let's give Mammothus a little bit more land to play around with. If I can even this out. So I've spent a little bit of time trying to make this mountain a little bit more equitable to our larger critters. I think the problem is they don't have enough habitat up here. And so I've spent probably a good 15-20 minutes just working on this mountain, like bringing up various aspects of it and making it look a little bit nicer. I think it'll work out in the long term. It's one of those little projects that you're kind of going to have to undertake at some point just to even things out and make Highland available to the creatures that want it. Now, the downside is that this has shifted my temperature noticeably colder, like problematically colder. And so, you know, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. Let's get them up to there. And there we go. The global temperature is going to hurt for a minute, but we're going to go fiddle with the ocean for a few minutes to fix that off because we have, like, all this ocean space, so why would we worry about it? I should be able to just spam this out wherever. And we should slowly get our temperature back as we take this down to, like, Hadal depths. We got anemones over there. That's pretty cool. We got lots of landmass to turn into just deep water. We'll keep it kind of shallow in one spot versus another. But I was able to bring the temperature up by 1 before I had to take my little godly break. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me for the next episode of Super Awesome Birthdays the Beginning. I will see you all next time. Apparently some people are having graphical issues with the game, so watch out for that. We have the modern alligator just born. How sweet is that? We'll check that out in the next episode. But yeah, apparently some people are having graphical options with this game where they can't get the frame rate good. I haven't experienced any of that. I think the game is super awesome, but be aware, buyer beware. I've heard rumors in the force that, you know, if you've got certain graphical configurations, this game might not perform very well for you. I'll see y'all next time. Take care of everybody, and hi-do.